Welcome to Plant of the Week. You probably have heard of the very famous corpse flower. That is, in fact, the largest flower in the world, and it's also a pretty interesting plant. In today's episode, you'll learn everything about this amazing flower, including some special features and how to grow one yourself if you're extremely patient. Amorphophallus titanum, commonly called the corpse flower, comes from the tropical rainforests of Sumatra, an island in Indonesia, where locals call it bunga bangkai, or corpse flower, because of its strong smell, which is similar to decaying flesh. This unusual smell isn't just strange, it's important for the flower's survival and reproduction. Even though it's called the corpse flower, it isn't just one flower. It's actually a structure of many small male and female flowers, all grouped together on a tall center spike called the spadix. This spadix is covered by a large petal-like structure called the spathe, which opens up when the flower is ready to bloom. This eye-catching structure gives the corpse flower its unique look, and it can grow extremely tall, with flowers that may be more than 12 feet high and 4 feet across. Many people believe that the corpse flower is the largest single flower in the world, but there are other flowers, like Rafflesia arnoldi, that are even wider. However, because of its height and single flower spike, the corpse flower is the largest of its kind among plants. The corpse flower was discovered as far back as 1878 when Italian botanist Odoardo Beccari first saw it in the dense jungles of Sumatra. Since then, this unusual plant has attracted scientists and plant lovers worldwide and has become a rare yet popular attraction at botanical gardens. Such a huge flower, combined with its strange smell, makes it truly worth seeing. It attracts large crowds of people when it blooms since this giant flower opens for only a short time. It can take nearly a decade for a corpse flower to bloom for the first time, and each bloom lasts only 24 to 48 hours. During this brief bloom, the plant releases a strong smell that's essential because it attracts specific insects that the flower needs for pollination. What makes the corpse flower so unique is how it attracts pollinators. Unlike most flowers that attract bees or butterflies, the corpse flower smells bad because it attracts flies and beetles that like the scent of rotting meat. These insects are drawn to the smell of decaying material. The flower makes different chemicals that together create its unique odor. One smells like rotting meat, another like dead fish, and another like sweaty socks. All of these combine to make a very strong smell that is perfect for drawing in pollinators that are attracted to dead animals. The plant also produces heat, warming up the spadix to around the temperature of a human body. This warmth helps the smell spread and makes the plant feel even more like decaying flesh, which makes it even more appealing to the insects it needs for pollination. The way the corpse flower blooms is a timed process that helps ensure it gets pollinated effectively. When the flower opens, the female flowers on the spadix are ready to receive pollen first, and the male flowers release pollen 1 day later. This timing reduces the chance of self-pollination and encourages insects to move pollen from one plant to another. The pollen that comes from the male flowers is carried to another corpse flower by a fly or beetle when it lands on the spadix, helping fertilize the female flowers and produce seeds for new plants. Growing a corpse flower is not easy because it requires very specific conditions outside its natural habitat. People who want to grow this plant must start by getting a corm, which is the part of the corpse flower that grows underground. Corms are difficult to find and are usually expensive since the corpse flower is rare and needs a lot of care. The corm stores nutrients for years and allows the flower to reach its large size when it finally blooms. To grow this plant successfully, it requires a warm, humid environment similar to that of Sumatra's rainforests. An indoor greenhouse with controlled temperature and humidity is recommended for ideal growth. The temperature must stay between 75 to 85 degrees Fahrenheit, and the humidity must be kept at around 80 to 90%. Any change in temperature or humidity can stress the plant, affecting its growth and lowering the chances of it flowering. The corpse flower also needs special soil preparation and a very specific climate. The best soil for this plant drains well and is full of nutrients. A mix of loam, sand, and compost works best, allowing the corm to grow without sitting in water. Proper drainage is crucial to avoid root rot, as the corpse flower is very sensitive to overwatering. Watering should be minimal, just enough to keep the soil slightly moist. Misting the plant several times a day can help maintain the necessary humidity without making the soil too wet. Periods of dormancy can last for several months or even years, so it's essential to cut back on watering to prevent rot when the plant is not actively growing. Corpse flowers need bright light, but cannot handle direct sunlight. Direct sunlight could burn the sensitive internal parts of the plant, so the best spot would be one with filtered or dappled light, like the natural light in a rainforest. Indoor growers can use grow lights to maintain stable lighting when natural light is low or during winter. After a period of rest, the corpse flower will either produce one large leaf or bloom if conditions are ideal. The leaf, which resembles a small tree with a smooth stem and a cluster of leaflets at the top, can grow up to 15 feet tall in older plants. This leaf helps the plant make food and store nutrients in the corm, preparing it for the next growth cycle or for blooming again. These plants take so much time and patience. The plant and flower can take 10 years or more to be ready to bloom after this long growth period. When it finally does bloom, the flower grows straight out of the ground, starting as a giant bud that slowly unfolds into a very large flower cluster. This bloom is the result of all the years of growth and care. For plant enthusiasts, this long wait is worth it. When the spathe opens, the corpse flower releases its usual smell, attracting pollinators and also drawing in people who appreciate its unique qualities. The corpse flower stands out because of its huge size, its strong smell, and its rare blooming cycle. With its rotting meat appearance, it attracts certain insects to help it reproduce and blooms unpredictably, showing how diverse and complex plants can be. Not many plants have captured the curiosity of people all over the world like the corpse flower. It continues to fascinate botanists, ecologists, and plant lovers who see it as a true wonder of nature. If you are now interested in this incredible plant, don't forget to subscribe to Plant of the Week. With each new episode, you will come closer to the most interesting plants and their special stories. Don't forget to leave a comment if you want to get more about rare and unusual plants, and keep watching for more episodes that will discover the wonderful variety of plants.